Buckle up, folks. It's time for a history lesson. Now, before we get going here, I need you to understand just how much I love Mazinga Z. Specifically the 1972 anime, and how foundational it is to me. It's literally one of the earliest pieces of media I can remember, which is kind of weird, right? And this isn't the Transor Z version that came out in the mid-80s. This was the English dub of an early version that made its way to the UK VHS rental shops in about 1983. And I made my parents rent it out for me all the time, like, all the time. That and an Ultraman video as well of the Ultraman Jonius anime, again from the late 70s. And I'm fairly sure I can trace it all back to that. From there is born my love of anime, of manga, giant robots, Japan, their cinema, cult films, video games. It all blossoms from picking that video off a shelf to watch. So a Mazinga Z video game is going to be a hit, right? Well, first thing off the bat is that this isn't the classic human piloted giant robot story from that show. This is a later reinterpretation where it's now like a suit of armour and human sized, although it does have the ability to become giant sized when and if needed. So it's the same but different, and in this video game form it's a belt scroller beating up with one-on-one fighting sections. Rich in the review describes the belt scrolling bits as a cut down version of Golden Axe, which is, fair enough. The graphics are highlighted as having weeny but nicely animated sprites on bland backdrops. The overall graphics score though is 90%, which if we're honest is down to those one-on-one fights at the end of the stages. And whilst it's a bit of a stretch to say like Rich does that the animation is super realistic, it's still really good. I mean, if there are special moves then I can't remember them, but being able to parry makes those fights a bit more strategic and better than they have any right to be. So what was that history lesson for then, Phil? Well, that was for me to lay the preemptive groundwork if this got a bad review to defend me not agreeing with it. But it's okay, because it did get a good review, scoring 89%, saying it's an excellent beat 'em up, which is much better than it first appears. And that's true. And even if it wasn't my Mazinga Z, I still thoroughly enjoyed the game. And you know what? I bought this at a car boot sale. Can you believe that? I bought this at a car boot sale. We used to be a proper country, you know?